Can you tell a difference? Wait, have you had sex with other people besides Sam?
Yeah.
Can you tell a difference in vaginas?
Not necessarily, no. Yes and no.
Like sex just feels like sex, right? Unless
No.
it's
No, 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 no,
crazy,
no, no.
like.
No, that's not true.
Okay, well.
Like, this is a crazy way to pop off this, but sex, so a girl can be, this is crazy. A girl can be, loose, I guess.
But
A girl can be like,
that's not from having sex too much. That's just the anatomy of her vagina.
yeah, but
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
it
yeah.
changes
But yeah,
it.
yeah. No,
And
I
then
yeah.
a girl can be like, yeah, I mean, but I think that's the guy's fault sometimes, but they could not be as, I'm not really a big sex talker, so,
Yeah.
but they could not be as,
Tight.
I don't, lubricate.
Oh, wet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So,
Got
yeah, that can make a difference because this, again, is not my topic stuff, but yeah, I mean, I've messed with girls where I feel like it's like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
when is this going to be over?
Wow.
What?
When is this gonna be over?
Yeah, I've had to fake it before.
You've had to. How
Yeah.
does a man
Condom.
fake?
See, with men that are,
Using condoms.
who mess with women, you use condoms, you just gotta be like,
You're just like, oh, all right. Well, that was good.
You're like, whoa, let me go to the bathroom. Wow.
Wipe the sweat.
No, you are sweating because you just straight up just exercising.
I cannot.
Coach just assigned me 10 sets of 100 hip thrusts for no reason. Like, dang, this is terrible. And then you got to start thinking about other stuff to try to, get it over with.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's different for guys. But, yeah. I always say, like, if a guy doesn't last long, it's like because they either love him or, like, they feel like they're very
If a guy doesn't last
flattered.
long because they love him, what do you mean?
Like if a guy doesn't last long, like it's usually because either they get none at all ever, so they're overwhelmed with like I'm having sex.
Right.
They love him, so the connection is so much stronger. It's like a woman having, hers is like if the vibe is way better,
Yeah.
then like it's easier for the girl to
kind of relax, like
and
go slow.
and climax.
Yeah.
like
I see what you're saying.
so it's the same for a guy, but I think it's more sensitive.
Yeah.
So, like, if the guy's, like, thinking about it too much, I think that's why, like, famous people don't be – they just be – that's why they rap about hitting it all day and all that stuff because they, like, are so desensitized from hooking up so much.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I do. I'm just down a rabbit hole thinking about if any guy has ever faked an orgasm.
Maybe. It's not a bad thing.
If you have, can you please let me know?
How would that make you feel?
That made me feel like absolute dog shit.
Why? You think, like, I'm not trying to get into your sex life, but you think you're the best?
No,
like,
no. I don't think I'm like I'm basically a pillow princess, but
What does that mean?
like,
You're a starfish?
yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Contrary to popular belief, I'm not like a porn star in the bedroom, but no, I think it would just really hurt my like
Self-esteem.
yeah. Not that I think that I'm like great or anything, but like I think that guys
Enjoy.
like nut pretty easily. And so if you can't, something must have been like really, really wrong.
It could be a lot. Again, they could be just a real player, and they just like. Again, I think it comes from a lot of dudes put it on a pedestal.
Okay.
I've noticed that even for myself, it's like, I can. Wow, I actually want to change the subject over this.
Okay.
If I think about something else while it's happening, tactic for men if they want to last longer, then like they can I can.
So
can
you're
last
saying
longer.
it could just be strictly mental and have nothing to do with me.
For sure.
The guy just maybe like started thinking about something he has to do tomorrow, and
Or
he's
it just doesn't mean that much to him because he's hitting another hoe tomorrow, or another woman.
that doesn't make me feel any better. Okay. Anyway.
How are ya?
How are you?
We just wrapped up Renzo. Yeah,
Renzo
wait,
Eats?
cause yeah, it'll be Renzo next. And yeah, shout out to Renzo. Me and Renzo go way back.
I love that. I was late because I had childcare issues.
Yeah.
Something that dads don't have to deal with.
Yes, they do. You can't put your scenario Like, if Sam goes out of town, I might have to find someone. Like, I take care of Grayson a lot. Sam definitely take care of him more, but I take care of him a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I don't just do whatever. I can't just do whatever.
That's because you're a good dad.
No, that's because I'm in a relationship with the mother that we both live in the same house.
And because you're a good dad. Whoa. I don't think it has anything to do with you living in the same house. I know a lot of dads that live in the same house with their family, and they
Like
don't,
who?
and they still don't play the 50-50 part. So I think you're just the exception because you're actually like a participatory good dad who shares the responsibilities of this with Sam.
Yeah. I just want to say, shout out to you. I'm really like, yeah, like when you came in on the last episode, I felt like it was just good. I feel like our conversation, like, it was just like what about this season.
Yeah.
Like, it was very it was well. And Renzo, he's kind of a quiet guy.
Yeah.
And he did really well.
Good. And I'm excited to see what you guys talked about beforehand. Maybe it'll be a breath of fresh air. Like you having a conversation with him, y'all chatting about some guy stuff, and then me coming in and being like, "Tell me about your mom." Tell me about your mommy issues.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
No, I loved it. I loved all of it.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. So yeah.
You went to the park?
Yeah, I went to the park.
You brought some park home with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. What did you do at the park?
We have a park close to our house, and he just really just stood on the platform.
Oh, you took Grayson.
Yeah. What do you think? I just went by myself?
Kinda.
Why would I go to the park by myself?
To like work out? I don't know.
I go to the gym. I'm a meathead. You know, I've been thinking about being. Yeah. I've been meathead.
Would you ever do shows again?
I don't want to say no, but yeah, probably not.
Really, just now it's just too.
It's good marketing.
It's
It's such good marketing. I don't know if you saw the clip that I posted the other day, and it did really well. But I was juiced up, and like people are going crazy about it. What? What's the fun?
Juiced up is crazy.
How? That's what they say. Juiced up.
Juiced up?
Yeah.
Wait, can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bodybuilders be like, "I'm on prep,"
Yeah.
but like, that's what you say when you're on HIV medication.
Oh wow.
So maybe you could start a trend where you guys don't say that.
I'm not a part of that community.
Okay.
I actually got beef with that community.
What is on prep for bodybuilding?
You're on a show like you are, and you're weeks out from a show.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're not on any kind of medication.
No. Well,
I'm just wondering.
steroids.
Yeah.
If you're competing.
Testosterone.
No, but yeah, I don't know if I would. I kind of like want to. I don't want to at all.
Okay, you don't want to. You don't miss it.
I don't miss it, but it does yield like
Yeah.
people in the bodybuilding community are so stupid because you'll have a coach. Like bodybuilders, they get a coach, right? The coach will tell you the exact meal plan. Some do the workouts, some don't. The exact workouts. The person usually has great genetics, will win the show. They'll go pro. Get your pro card.
Get your pro card.
Get your pro card. And then people want to start working with you because you have a pro card. But if you really think about it, that person just followed, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the coach's plan. So you should be wanting to go to the coach, his coach, instead of them. But people are so surface level and clout chasey, and they just it's something really stupid.
Okay, I have zero experience with bodybuilding, like none whatsoever. I haven't been to the gym in probably like 3 years. I feel like anyone can do that if they just follow the instructions.
For the most part, but no.
Like, I understand there's some motivation and determination and some like grit that you need to go to the gym and do X, Y, and Z. But like, if you wrote down every single morsel that I put into my body and told me exactly what to do and exactly what workout to do, I mean, anybody can get up there and be a bodybuilder.
Anyone can be a bodybuilder, but not anyone can go past, what?
I'm just saying.
No, you gotta understand, genetics plays a huge part.
Okay, yeah.
Genetics, all right, like being honest, I think I've been public about it. I have superior genetics. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like I can do what a lot of people do in years and perfect. I can, like right now. I've worked out, I think 3 times this week, maybe twice. And there's people that are eating chicken and rice 6 times a day. Blah blah blah. I look better than them now.
Yeah.
and and they're on steroids,
Yeah.
if I sat there, I'm really boosting myself crazy.
You are.
But I honestly feel like I want to right now. So.
But that's genetic for girls too. I mean,
Yeah.
on the opposite spectrum, like models,
Yeah.
right? Like no matter what I do, I genetically don't have the height and
Yeah.
the like
Structure.
body fat like my genetics come from Italy. We pack on the hips. Like
Yeah.
I can't look like a 6'1", 100-pound model. You know, so I kind of understand what you're saying. Genetics
Yeah.
play a huge role in like
And how you build muscle and burn fat.
right.
Just like people don't realize those top guys, and honestly, the bodybuilding community, I kind of got, like I said, I kind of got beef with. Like I love it, and I got a lot of homies that are in it, and that do well and all that stuff. But like people don't realize, and yes, there's exceptions, but all the people that are at the top literally look 10 times better than the people that are like trying and grinding. If you don't look great after a year, or even like you're pushing looking great,
Sure.
You're not going to get to where you think you're going to go.
There's
That's just
yeah.
There's this one guy. I'm not going to say his name. One of my homies, cousins actually. He literally was at a cookout like weeks out. Usually people prep for like 16 weeks, strict diet, 16 weeks.
I know. I remember Shay being on prep.
Yeah, and this guy, he's like, I forgot how short of a time out he was, and they're like, oh, you can't be eating that, like hot dogs and hamburgers. He's like, and then he's like told my homie, he's like, yo, like. They don't know. It just don't take long to get like this. And he won the Olympia.
Yeah.
He won the top, and he started working out like not years ago. Some people spend 10 years, and they do eventually can get there, but people don't realize,
That's
and
nuts.
I hate to say it, but it's genetics. It's all genetics.
That's nuts.
It's a lot of genetics. Anyways, what are we talking about tonight? What?
So this past week, Weathers was in the hospital.
Uh-huh.
I consumed. This is not a plug for Celsius. I'm actually kind of pissed for giving them like free.
No,
whatever.
you are.
I am. I drank so much caffeine. It was out of control. What do you think is the longest you could go without sleeping? Because I found out mine.
13 hours.
13 hours?
Yeah.
Be so for real.
I mean,
You think if you had to right now, you could do it like a 24-hour, like a all-nighter?
I think so. I wouldn't like sit down and stuff though. Yeah.
I wouldn't sit
Technically, I can. Yeah. I mean, of course I can. But like, I'd doze off. Probably give me a little 20, 15, 10er.
Are you one of the 20, 15, 10? Are you one of those guys that can just sit down and like all of a sudden you just like close your eyes and you're out?
No, because I drool and stuff when I sleep, and so I'm conscious of like, oh, and I'm a mouth breather, so like I'm conscious that like if I sit here like this, I used to in high school, but like if I sit here right here, my shirt's gonna have
Oh my god.
What? You act like that's crazy. You be snoring, don't you?
I don't snore. I don't drool. I sleep perfectly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well.
But
sorry.
anyway, I'm getting like flashbacks from drinking this Celsius because
Okay.
I drank. I'm not even exaggerating. I think I drank like 4 or 5 of them each day.
That's terrible.
Yeah. No, it was awful. Yeah.
And they don't even do anything after a certain point.
They don't.
So she's okay now, right?
She's doing a lot better.
Because I want to say something that I wanted to say in that moment, but I didn't know if it was appropriate.
You can say whatever you want.
The picture you sent.
What picture did I send? Oh, of the blood.
Was definitely unwarranted. And I was going to say, yeah, I could have done without that. Like, I believed you. Like, I was like, yo, why is she sending me this?
I did not mean to send that to you.
And you could have unsent it then. And it's still there. Because I sent...
You need to just delete it from the thread. Just go and delete it from the thread. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize until the next day because I had meant to send it to my sister. And I was like, why isn't she responding? Why isn't she being like, oh my God, that's terrible. Like, holy crap. Like, why isn't she reacting to how fucked up that picture was? And then I go back and I had sent it to you. And I was like, it's too late now. Damage has been done. I just feel bad that you had to see that.
Maybe if we're still potting in like 15 years or maybe a little older than 15 years, and maybe I probably would just keep that to myself. I can be like, well,
Oh my God. I'm so sorry that I sent that to you.
I was like, but you know what? I was like, she would send me that.
I would send it to you, but I did not.
No,
to send that
you
to
did send it to me. And it was
so
disgusting.
sorry.
I'm sorry. But I'm glad that she's doing better.
She's doing a lot better. She's had 2 surgeries, a biopsy, a blood transfusion.
Oh my gosh. And no clue what it is.
5 days in the hospital. We do know what it was. She had a biopsy and they they screwed up her biopsy and they basically like cut her. So it was a complication of that biopsy.
When they were checking her stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then we took her home from the hospital. I took her home from the hospital. After that, and they were just like, a little bit of bleeding is routine, like whatever. And then that was not a normal. I mean, you saw it was not a normal.
No,
blood.
I didn't see it. I saw it from afar. Though.
Okay, good. And then I took her to the emergency room and was like, I'm worried something's wrong. This is not a normal amount of post-op bleeding. And they were like, it is. They sent us home from the ER. Her dad came over and he witnessed how much bleeding there was. And he was like, we're going back to the ER. Like, this is insane. We went back. They consulted the team who had done the biopsy. They were like, that's not normal. They admitted her. She's just so little. I mean, she's 3 months old. They were like, we don't really want to put her back under anesthesia and go back in to fix it if we don't have to. So we're just going to keep an eye on her for like 24 hours. During those 24 hours, she kept bleeding. And so like midnight on Thursday night, they're like, we need to go into the operating room and fix this. And did that. And she lost a lot of blood. And it was super scary. I have a respect times a million for parents who have children with like chronic illnesses now. We were on a pediatric floor where a lot of the patients that we were around were like they come in a lot, right? Like they have like cystic fibrosis or like they just have illnesses, and so they're there a lot. And I just deeply feel for the parents that are in and out of hospitals and are going to deal with that, because we were there for 5 days. I don't think I slept for 6 hours of it, and the stress that it had on me was out of control.
Yeah, if I would have drank 5 Celsius, I would have literally had a heart attack. So you're insane,
and
especially
like,
with the stress. Like I'm
yeah,
saying.
Yeah. So anyway, newfound respect for that whole community of parents.
Shout out to the community.
Yeah.
All the communities.
All the communities.
So wait, I have 2 things I want to talk to you about.
Ask away.
Okay. Do you be realizing you be subtweeting so hard on your stories? Or maybe it's like, do I just know because of like...
You just know.
Well, now I know.
Sometimes I subtweet.
No, you subtweet so much. I'm sorry. You subtweet so much. And like in my head...
Here's the thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 baby daddies. Y'all never know which ones I'm talking about.
I do. They're very self-explanatory.
You don't, because I'll be having issues with one of them, and I'll post something, and people will be like, oh, my God, like, what's Firefighter of the Year doing now? And I'm like, he's great. Had nothing to do with him.
That's them.
But you know me, like, more.
But that's what I'm saying. I do know.
Yeah.
So I was like, I don't know, like, whatever.
What did I post that made you...
You do it all the time. I can't remember.
Well, I also just... I post incessantly.
The Mother's Day one was hilarious.
What was the Mother's Day one?
About spending time with the mother or spending time with the mom. Anyways.
Okay, that actually was legit. Firefighter of the Year spent the day with me on Mother's Day. That had nothing to do. It was literally derived from a conversation. Let's talk about it. It was derived from a conversation with a friend who, her ex, like, always wanted to spend the day with his mom on Mother's Day. And she was like, that was fine until we ended up having kids. And then I was like, you spend the day with me. And I was like, well, yeah, that makes sense. And then I brought it up to Firefighter of the Year. And he was like, well, yeah, like I'm going to have to go like see my mom at some point. I was like, no, like that's fine. But if you had expected me to spend my Mother's Day all day with your mom, that's different. And like he agreed. So that it really wasn't a fight between us. I promise. But what do you think? Do you think, here's just for context. Should a man prioritize his mom or the mother of his child on Mother's Day?
I think you should do both. I think it should be a good 50.
I don't think it should be 50. I do think that you should be able to see both, but I don't think it should be 50.
Without my mom, I wouldn't be the man I am. Without my mom, I wouldn't be here. Without my mom, I wouldn't be a good man to my wife. Without my mom, all that stuff. It's Mother's Day. She is my mother. So I'm going to celebrate Mother's Day with my mother.
She's also had 30 Mother's Days.
Good for her. And she deserves 100 more. What are you talking about? You only deserve a limited amount. I hope you remember that when Toon doesn't come see you.
No, as a mother to a son, if Toon has a child in 30 years and he says, hey, this is my wife's first Mother's Day, I'm not going to be able to come see you. I'm like, hell yeah, I have raised a good man.
Nah.
Yes. He's probably going to send me flowers. He's going to send me a text. Happy Mother's Day. I love you. Thank you for everything you did for me. I'm going to prioritize my wife.
Well,
I have made it as a mom.
well, I can't argue with it. I mean, as much as I love to argue, if that's how you feel about that, that's wonderful. I think that it can be 50-50. I mean, and 50-50 doesn't mean half of the day with the wife, half the day with the mom. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that the priority of making your mother's Mother Day should be just as high as your wife. So, like, it may not be like maybe, you spend all morning and then you go to your mom and you bring her flowers or you do whatever the case may be. And then, you go out to eat or something. Like, why? How old are we to not go out to eat together?
No, I'm okay. Well, if my situation is obviously different.
But you know what I'm saying?
His family hates me. But listen, he ended up taking Weathers to his, like, that we did do.
Yeah.
Like, to some degree, I understand and agree with what you're saying. Like, you should be able to just split it. Like, you should be able to celebrate your mom and then also me. Like, that's great. It was fine. But I think the question was if it came down to having to choose. Like, you
shouldn't have to choose, though.
If his mom had been like, we're doing this special Mother's Day thing in Charlottesville at a winery, and I was like, well, I want to do this special Mother's Day thing here in Richmond, and you physically cannot be at both places at once, who are you choosing?
Well, that's the thing, though. Where's the communication at? So, like, hey, Mom, look, like, I want to do this with what's her name? Like, she has, her kid, blah, blah, blah. Like, can we maybe do it closer or something like that? Again, if neither of y'all can compromise, then that's a whole another conversation.
It's a whole other conversation.
So, like, but I think, like, and I talked about her last time, but, like, even Sam, like, this was the first Mother's Day without her first Mother's Day and without her mom. Mm-hmm. And she wanted me to prioritize my mom just as much because you never know when it's the last Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So it's like, at the end of the day, I think that if y'all can't compromise, like, you know what I mean? Like, okay, like, let's be mature here. This is a man-made holiday. Can we celebrate your Mother Day tomorrow? Like,
yeah.
It's not a big deal. You should be treating that mother, that wife, that whoever, child, BM, whatever, like, with Mother Day energy every day.
I mean, that's big facts. That is big facts. I think, yes.
It's like people go on Valentine's Day the day before and the day after.
I'm with you on this. I think you should be able to do equally for both. I just think that the reason that it came about was that conversation with my friend who, like, it's a very contentious relationship with her ex-mother-in-law. And so if you and your partner's mom don't get along and you can't do Mother's Day together, or there is some reason that you need to split, it's like, who are you choosing? And I think that the mother of your child should be chosen out of, one, your mom has probably had a ton of Mother's Days to be celebrated, and two, the moms with the little kids right now should be given priority of, like, a break and, like, some help and, like, a day to be recognized and, like, pampered and whatever. And I hear you. I mean, listen, my mom has done a crap ton for me, and I think she deserves the world and a lot of celebration, but she also doesn't have a toddler and a baby, so, like, she
That's your fault.
Can do all of that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, mothers be wanting to be moms so bad, and then be like, I deserve. Well, then don't have no kids. Then what are you talking about?
God.
Like, we giving you flowers. We showing our salute to you. Okay, but anyways, wait. I have two quick things because I want to wrap this up.
Yeah.
Because we have to get ready for our next episode. Did you notice that I bleeped out who was coming on last time?
No.
Okay, well, at the end, I bleeped out who you said was coming on because I kind of wanted to be like not a surprise, but, like, check out the next episode to see, like, who's coming on.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Good. I didn't even know I did that.
Honestly, I bleeped out and it was so fire. I was like, oh, I could do this with all the names instead of editing and clipping out and then trying to find a perfect smooth.
What? I thought you had been. No, you hadn't. You had been cutting out.
Yeah, I have been cutting out.
Oh, just bleep it.
Well,
it's even better that way. Then people are like, who are they talking about?
But there's a process. There's a process of bleeping it, though.
I know. I don't do any editing.
But now,
I'm making it sound a lot easier than it probably is.
No, I figured it out. And then I did it. And it was cool.
Okay.
So I just want to say, y'all, stay tuned to I hope you enjoyed last episode, but also stay tuned for the next episode.
I'm
because
really excited for this one that we're recording right
I
now.
think everyone's gonna. I think both men and women are
I
gonna
agree.
love this episode.
I agree. And I told my friend who was coming on, and she was like, "That is going to be the perfect balance of
exactly
being able to ask him some questions that maybe your friends would be interested, and ask him some questions that my
exactly.
friends would be interested."
No, I'm really excited.
Yeah,
So
I'm really
y'all
excited.
stay tuned for that. And then last thing I want to say, because I really do want to wrap this up.
Yeah, good idea.
Actually, you know what? I think we should just wrap it up.
Okay.
And we can talk about it next time because it's really like I feel like I just want to actually talk about it, and yeah.
We'll segue this into our next episode.
All right. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure you subscribe and share, and let us know what you think about anything we talk about. Like, leave us a comment and share if you're listening on your story, because we obviously are trying to grow this podcast, and we can't do it without you guys. So thank you guys again, and yeah, we'll see you next episode.